Welcome back to AniPeeps, the channel where we dive headfirst into the realm of anime, one episode at a time. And we got a good one for you today, guys. But before that, along with me, as always, is one of the boys today, the one, the myth, the legend, Boggs Benny. How you feeling, my man?
Bog spinny. I don't see a bog spinny. I'm
Uh,
joking. Yeah,
hey,
second account. I couldn't get access to my normal one, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm doing good. Just you and me again, but that's fine because we got something good for you guys. I think it's up both me and Boom's wheelhouse, I guess. So yeah, happy to be here.
yeah, and then, dude, you just had me like, I for real thought I said the wrong name first, dude. Yeah, you had me getting that one. You for real did. Before we start off every episode, as always, we do have a meme of the day, and today we do have a good one. Buying an ecchi manga at bookstore. This is actually Boggs. Boggs sent me. This is personal. Me, the cashier, but buying an ecchi manga at the manga shop. If you know, you know. They're cultured.
Oh yeah, yeah. The bookstore ain't the right place to do it, man.
Yeah.
Feel like it's
Especially if
I,
it's
I
like,
don't know how it is in like like on the western side, but definitely like when you're in Japan and like buying it from the cashiers, like they understand and they're most of the time they're one of them or they're one of us, so
yeah.
surely they understand.
But it's even weirder, especially in Japan when you're buying it. I can't read Japanese, so I never buy it.
Hmm.
But you know, you have to go into that certain section to go in there. It's even
Yeah,
weirder.
yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, today we are doing another CBR list, and today we do have a good one for you guys. It is the 10 best Dandere characters in slice of life anime. And Boggs, I
That's
know.
correct.
There we go. Dandere. So my understanding of it is characters that tend to start out as someone who's very shy and quiet, almost antisocial and withdraw. They don't talk as much, but they start to show more and more emotions, right? As they find like the right person or loving person. That's the drift
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got.
So for the audience, just to not get confused for who it is, which is more on the calm, like composed side, whereas like Dandere is their quietness is based off them being like shy slash maybe insecure rather than a place of, you know, I guess calmness. And then like Boom said, once you get to know them or like certain situations, say like it's some you mentioned to them something they're very passionate about, then they'll kind of open up characters like that.
Like introverts until they meet the right crew, right? Right
Hmm.
person. That's what I always got the drift of it. Um, but yeah, as we can see from the thumbnail of this list, we do have a couple characters that we know. Hopefully they make the list. Most likely they will, but they could always just be throwing us off. Boggs, any
Yeah.
characters that you would be kind of upset if they snub from the list?
If they snubbed, well, like right off the bat, pretty happy to see Bochi and Ishigami there.
Oh, no Wakanda?
Hopefully they
Come
do.
on, man.
I mean, maybe once we see the list, he is deserving for there. Like for me, like Danderes are one that's kind of hard to pinpoint. It's more like, if you present me the character and then it's like, okay, yeah, Dandere. Like Bochi and Ishigami are a bit more kind of uh more like textbook definition ish.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess like when I think Dandere, I pretty much just think of kind of shy characters. So usually that involves them being in like romantically when I think of it. So a lot of
I got you.
when I think of danderes come from like romance shows. So or like harem, obviously. I mean, ones that come to my mind is Miku, obviously, um, Onodera from Nisekoi. Harems are always an easy one because
You get all the
you
tropes,
usually
right?
get 4 or 5 girls, and yeah, you get all the traits. So pretty much most harem girls, but I think Onodera Miku, I'd be happy to see on the list. I think some of the Maeda June characters, like Nagisa from Clanad, I think
Stop.
she
Stop.
categorizes as yeah, I think she falls into that category. I think it could be most the male or sorry female protagonists in some of the Maeda June's anime, but
Mm-hmm.
I do have, which I haven't mentioned yet, a number one in my mind. I don't know if I should mention it now or see if she's even on the list.
I guess we'll break it down. Maybe when we get to the top one, top three, maybe. Um,
Okay,
we
okay.
can get into it. I don't know if I mentioned again, but it's top 10. So maybe when we get in there, and of course mention them at the end if it gets snubbed. You know what I mean? Because you said this is your
Yeah.
top one for sure. I'm gonna go right into it, Boggs. At number 10, we
Also,
do have.
Mio better be in here. If Bochi's in here, Mio better be in here.
Oh,
Just
from
saying.
K-On! I was like, who are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
The drink? You know, the Mio drink. Um, but yeah, Bochi loves music, but she gets intense stage fright. We seen it. I love the series. Obviously we seen it on the thumbnail. This was most likely gonna be in here. I love this pick. Like you said earlier, maybe you tend to think of these characters more so in romance. So I did like how they included
Yeah,
Bochi though. You know.
yeah. And I'm honestly surprised to see Bochi, I guess this low on the list. For some reason, just with
She's
how
a fan favorite
popular
too.
she
Yeah.
is. Yeah, yeah.
But I do like it. You do see her open up. You do see her kill it at the end of season one too, when she's finally playing. She doesn't really care. She takes a box off her
Yeah,
head.
she's
Spoiler alert. But
straight, straight shredding the guitar, man.
yeah,
Absolute beast.
I do love that. Can't wait for season two. No complaints I think from both of us. Maybe about the ranking. We'll see at the end. But happy that
Yeah,
she's on the list.
agreed.
Of course, I think we just skim past Bochi because I think we've talked about him. Fan favorite. There's enough said, right?
Yeah, like Bochi's pretty self-explanatory, you know. So
Just look at that face. Just look at it.
yeah,
Yeah, on to
I was
number.
thinking of Ram too, Loki, but yeah, this is completely forgot this is a slice of life list. So
Yep,
maybe
yep.
we'll see like Asahina from Haruhi, maybe.
Yeah,
So
Yakuza Guide to Babysitting. I personally watch the show. Boggs, I don't know if you have.
no, I do remember when you were watching it,
Not a
but
bad watch for
no,
sure.
we'll have to check it out.
Uh,
Maybe.
I kind of understand this. I wouldn't rank her. Maybe not rank him in top 10. Definitely not above Bochi, but I do understand why. You know, you always tend to he's like the scariest guy in the Yakuza. He's now has to babysit, show his soft
Yeah,
side, open up
yeah.
to her to get to know her better. I understand why he's
And
on the
his
list.
probably is it like his not good with kids kind of
So the thing
thing?
is, he's
Not in
great
a
with
bad
kids.
way, but
He's great with kids
okay, okay.
because you kind of see the backstory. I don't want to spoil too much, but his earlier days in the Yakuza, he was the guy. He was the number one fighter. He'd get into reckless trouble. Um, the kid in the he's babysitting is the Yakuza's leader's kid, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
Mother is sick, so he has to watch over her. And the mother was kind of like the one that opened him up. You know, he's not such a hard, like just a
Yeah,
ruthless guy. So I wouldn't say like shy or anything like that, but I guess like turning him from hard to soft. I guess no homo.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I do see why he's on the list. I'm kind of happy. I feel like the show doesn't get that much love, but yeah,
Nice, nice.
do definitely recommend to Boggs. Show that he I think definitely like for sure.
Well, plot wise, seems pretty solid. Okay,
Oh,
we got Onodera, so
is this the one you mentioned? I
uh,
remember you said Nisekoi, but
yeah, yeah. This is Onodera from Nisekoi. It's just uh, top two, like one of the main two girls in the series, and yeah, it's just pretty. I feel like at this day and age, a pretty iconic. I mean, Niseko, I feel like at this point, fairly like a classic harem series, and you know, Onodina being like one of the best girls, and she's kind of like textbook, just like super shy, but she's like a sweetheart and super kind. Absolute great character. Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm just happy to see her on this list, really.
yeah, for this one definitely have to watch. I read the first volume, but I think talking to you,
Yeah,
maybe
it gets good.
the anime might be the right move. But yeah.
Yeah, anime gets far enough, you know.
Yeah, and then
Just one of those that doesn't complete it, but
what is your thoughts on in terms of ranking wise? Do you think maybe again we haven't seen the whole list, so it's hard to say. But if it was your top 10, around the same, maybe a little higher.
Uh, yeah, it's kind of hard to say without seeing the rest of the list, but if
Mm-hmm.
you ask me, like, off the top of my head, give me five of, like, maybe slice of life slash romance Dandere characters, I'd probably put her in, like, maybe after more thought, she might start going lower, but she's one of the first ones to pop in my head, at least.
Nice, nice. Moving on to number 7, we have one of the best, Gojo Wakana from My Dress Up Darling. For me, this would definitely be top 5. I love him as a character. We do see him blossom a little bit more towards the end of season 1, man. I really do enjoy this show and this character as well.
And
One of
this
the
is second one off the thumbnail,
Yep,
or off. Yeah,
was it? Yep, yep. I was trying to think of the third one. It was Bochi, Wakana, and the Kaguya. I forgot his name, but
yeah, she got me. Oh
but
yeah, it's gonna be up there.
for me, Boggs, in terms of romance and that kind of like you classify rom com almost for My Dress Up Darling, right? Um,
Yeah,
I tend to not like the male characters, but this one he's up there for top male characters for romance and comedy too.
yeah, I agree. Cause romance usually the male characters are better, whereas like harem series, it's pretty hit or miss. But uh, this one is one of the romance ones where uh, the male protagonist, in this case Gojo's more of the shy one. It's
Mm-hmm.
um, sometimes it's the main girl who's the shy one, but in this one it's him, and he's not. It's not really like he's not cowardly. When you're watching it, he's just like a normal shy guy, and once it comes to like making up dresses for like cosplay or with the Hina
Uh
dolls,
huh.
he becomes like very passionate and opens up, and you see that in the show when sometimes he's just so focused on the like tailoring the dresses that he just does something not necessarily like out of pocket, but he'll do something, whereas if he was kind of his usual self, he'd be like kind of too shy or
Be more reserved, right?
too. Yeah,
I think I know what
exactly.
scene you're referring to. I think one of the last cosplays we've seen in anime where he asked her to get on top of him and take a picture. Right? He was so
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
moment because he's enjoying what he does.
It's like like she's just sitting on him.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like below her just taking pictures, or like when his kind of measuring her and you know uh
You see that shyness
he
until he gets in
touches
the
her.
zone.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I can't
Yeah,
wait for
good
season 2,
character.
man. I agree, 100%.
Hmm.
percent I would rate it a little bit higher, but I'm just glad he's on the list, man. Glad he's on the list. Number 6, we do have from Watakoi.
Ooh. Yeah,
He does look like a shy
so
dude.
yeah, so this is actually a female character,
Oh.
and uh wait, yeah. And so she's not one of the main characters, but which is why it's like kind of not surprising to see on this list, but I mean if it like she's pretty much the main Dandere character in the show. Uh in the anime though, she didn't really get too much spotlight. I know in the OVA she gets a little bit more, and then I'm sure in the manga, she definitely does get kind of her full arc. But yeah, like I mean, she's a super shy girl, kind of like pretty low confidence and stuff like that. But um, when the anime kind of gets into her little small arc with her kind of going to the cafe and meeting like the good-looking guy, I forget his
Hmm.
name. Yeah,
Boom.
I mean, she's a really likable. Yeah, I forget what her relationship was to the characters. I think
It says
she
attend the
was
same
either the
college, I think,
sister.
or
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe the guy was like a brother. Yeah. I think she starts liking the main character's brother or something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
But yeah, I'm pretty surprised to see her on this list. I mean, I love this series, and uh, but pretty surprised to see her above, like, um, Bochi.
Bochi,
Bochi is like tenth,
Nisekoi,
and
yeah.
yeah,
Or My Dress Up Darling. Wakana too, right? Just keep
Yeah,
it right in
but I
there.
mean, I'm glad there's some like spotlight to, a character that's not necessarily like the main protagonist. And
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure whoever made this list is a big fan of Wotako to put her in here. So
I think first non-main character, right? I believe on the list. Unless Nisekoi wasn't a main character as well, but
no, she is.
it's the first one on that
She's
list.
not
So.
like the main, but
But like
yeah,
there's usually like
she's a main.
three. You know what I mean? I'm guessing
Yeah,
this character
exactly.
isn't right. She's like more of a supporting character, right? But yeah.
Yeah, more of a supporting character.
On to number 5. Here we go into it. Last one from the thumbnail. I know Boggs might not be too happy
Go.
with the placement, but
I mean, it. I think top five's fair, really.
mm-hmm.
Especially, he might be the number one male. Maybe the next four is going to be all female characters. But Ishigami, I feel like he's less shy, but more like aloof and kind of apathetic. Maybe like he
I
just doesn't care.
he was a lot more reserved when you first got introduced. You know what I mean? But then
Yeah,
like I think the scene where he was talking about um like Kaguya and Chika, that epic scene, is when we seen
yeah,
him
yeah,
get more comfortable or whatever
yeah. When
he
he gets
enjoyed.
beat to death.
Yeah. If you know, you
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I see why he's in. But and I'm also glad. Like, I think Shigami's like one of the top characters in the series, and definitely has like a lot of depth to his character. But yeah, I mean, he does have his shy parts, especially when with his senpai and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, cool dude,
and
real homie.
I do love what it said on here. Just reading it a little bit. Like, do you remember the scenes where I forgot her name? Like, I think his love interest, I think it's
Yeah,
Skubane.
Tsubame senpai.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
that's when he gets shy. But then like I don't know what he gives her. I think he gives her like a cookie or something like that
yeah.
unknowingly. Then you see him like he didn't mean to do it, but you get
Like
hyped up because he
it
still
was like
did
a
it. You know.
yeah, yeah. We're always rooting for Ishigami, man.
Maybe not with her though. I'm rooting for
Yeah,
him
I'm
and
I'm Team Nico.
yep. But I do like the character design of that senpai for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Her character design is on point. Yep. I think we both knew he was gonna be on the list, but great one, great one. Okay.
Komi, yeah.
I wonder if it's Comey or the guy next to Comey, one on the right, because he's kind of shy too. Everyone
Yeah,
thinks he's just a scary dude,
plain
but
dude.
but he cares a
It's
lot
I mean, yeah, Komi, I mean, obviously like super shy. She can't talk, right?
based on the title, right?
Yeah. And I mean, cute premise, she wants to make 100 friends and uh, throughout the process, her and Tadano Hito, um, form a relationship. I mean, like, I'm not really too far in this series, but I thought it was like really cute when, she gets excited with her writing and stuff like that, and her little cat ears perks up in her eyes and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
I mean, I can see why she made it in the top five for sure.
I really do enjoy this show. I don't know if it's finished. I know I'm caught up all the way. Hope maybe I don't know if
Hmm.
it's gonna be another season or not, but I really do like this show. Um, just based on the title, it's obvious that she is. I wouldn't place her that this high just because I don't know. It's like that's all. Like she's not that special. The show was great. I did like the character that was a boy but wasn't a boy. He was
Yeah,
hilarious.
I
But
mean, I I I understand why she's up high on the list, but it the reason is because that's her kind of like gimmick. But then I'd make the same argument for Bochi, and I'd personally place
true.
Bochi higher, you know.
Maybe
But
top
I
five.
mean,
Maybe top five. She's good. I don't know. I don't know. That'd be
yeah,
hard. It's weird because like
yeah,
the whole show is based on that. But like when you think of the characters, like Dandere characters, I would have never said Comey. I don't know about you, but like, maybe because like the whole show's based on that, it's hard. But I don't
yeah.
know.
I
I don't
mean,
know. It's tricky.
in hindsight, it's like okay, yeah, call me duh, but I mean, she didn't really pop into my mind
Mm-hmm.
in
It's like too
earlier in
obvious,
the
right?
yeah, yeah.
It makes you wonder: is the man, the myth from Takagi-san gonna be on here?
We'll see. We'll see.
On to number three. Oh, we do have.
Oh my
I
god.
was about to say Nagatoro-san, but
Oh god.
I love the series. I ain't mad, man. I love the series. Can,
I got mixed feelings of the show and the character. I definitely do think there's like wholesome moments and between him and Nagatoro, but I mean top three. Uh, if it was my list, I don't think it. Not even top 10, but
I, I
I'm
ain't
not
mad.
judging.
I
It's
ain't mad.
yeah, yeah. I'm not judging.
Fan of the
It is what it
series.
is.
Let's get it. Scenes when he's getting teased by like Nagatoro's like other Yankee friends is one of the peak
Yeah.
scenes in the show. I am mad. I love it. I like Nagatoro more, obviously, but happy that the show made the list. I guess.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Boggs, watch second season, please.
Possibly. Possibly.
Oh oh. I
Ooh,
wonder.
your.
I wonder. Was this your number one? Just you don't have to say what you thought your number one's gonna be, but just
No, no.
Okay.
No, it wasn't your.
Um. I love yours, so it's
I
hard
mean,
to say I don't agree, but it's hard to change it because I don't want to be biased because I love yours as a character. But would she be number
I
two for the
mean,
list?
yeah, yeah. I mean, top two's pretty high up there, but I see why like yours like a super lovable character,
Mm-hmm.
Spy Family, super popular series. And your
I'm more
good
so
MILF
shocked Bochi
character.
was 10, and I see all these other ones
Yeah,
ranked
yeah.
higher. But I think we both agree.
Yours like a cute, clumsy. I
Yeah.
feel like shy, clumsy, but when it comes to, when she gets excited or when it comes to her, her second life, when she has to do some assassinations, side missions, she's like super serious. And
Or when she's trying to
I
like
mean,
protect Anya, you know what I mean? She just
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like a mama tiger, mama bear type of thing.
I think we both agree Yor is a beast of a character for real. Can't
Yeah.
be mad that she's on here. Maybe not agree with the placement, but can't be mad. Before we move
Yeah.
on, Boggs, do you want to say what you thought the number one is, and I can say it as well for my personal.
Yeah. So I was gonna say,
Or if you have
Nagato
anything else,
Sengoku.
sorry, who is it?
Oh no, sorry. I was just gonna say I was thinking like single canonical from Monogatari series, but then it's like, throughout the list I was like, oh wait, this is like slice of life, so she's
Mm,
probably not gonna be in it. So I'm thinking maybe, Asahina from the Haruhi series. Those are like the two that kind of pops in my head,
yeah.
and then Miku, which I mentioned earlier, but we haven't seen yet, so maybe.
Uh, at first, when you said Sengoku, I was like, "There's no way that One Piece character is gonna be in here, my man." Um,
Oh God, what if it was?
for me, I obviously thought it was gonna be 10-10, but it's not Slice of Life, right? Dragon Ball Z, but would that
Mm,
be a crazy number one?
that'd be
Um,
wow.
I I really like this character. I hope. I don't think she's gonna be number one. I was hoping she made the list. But Umaru-chan's Ebina, I really do love her as a
Oh
character.
yeah, yeah.
But
Maybe
I,
Juju from Dress Up, but
I
Gojo
don't.
is in there.
Yeah, I don't think Ebina's gonna make it. I do want to give her a special shout out. I was gonna say her either way at the end, but maybe number
Yeah.
one,
Oh, she's a cute little shy
especially when that
dumpling.
accent comes out. But yeah, let's move it
Yeah.
on to number one. Oh, nice.
Miku. Just kind of based off some of the others, I definitely felt like it's more likely going to be Miku more than the other two I mentioned. Just because a lot of the shows have been more recent series and trended towards kind of like the romance side for the most part. I mean, I really have no complaints with Miku.
Love her.
Uh,
Best
she
girl.
yeah, she wouldn't be on my my number one, but definitely top 10. I mean, I can't argue here. Miku's a great character.
That is true. Gosh, I still remember watching Quince for the first time. I should have never agreed to you telling me who you thought the best girl was. Because
Yeah,
I was, from the beginning, you said Miku. So, for me going into it, I had to find a reason. I know I said this before. I had to find a reason why I don't like Miku. There was none. She's the best girl, for
yeah.
sure.
There's nothing to hate, man.
Nino's close
Like,
second,
I'm
but
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that gap is just like very, very thin for me these days, man. Like,
Depends on what I'm
it's
feeling.
maybe like, yeah, it's like 55% or like, 58% me, or sorry, 52% Miku and like 48% Nino these days. But Miku really does fit the definition. Obviously, super shy. But when it comes to some stuff like history, or later on when she gets a bit more competitive towards Futaro, she definitely does show her kind of aggressive side, which is great.
That is true. I can't. This list was pretty good. I'm glad first time ever, I think, we watch all the shows on the list, right? At least
Yeah,
one of us, which is pretty cool.
yeah. We didn't have to skip anything, which was nice.
I think there wasn't any, I don't think, that we would have said, I get, who was it? I believe you said maybe, number three, I
Nagatora
guess.
one, and
But I think we can
yeah, I think
justify all of them. They could be on our maybe top 20 list for you, for my boy right here.
yeah,
But
not him,
other
not
than
him,
that,
but
the list was
like
solid,
call me,
man.
I could justify.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty good list, and shouts out to the person who made it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not judging. We both think it was a good list, so
100%. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Boggs.
is
We,
this a news?
we do have some breaking
Breaking
news,
news.
Boggs. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt this AniPeeps program, but we do have some breaking news where we did actually catch a sighting of Boggs walking out of his house to grab some ecchi manga. Here's a video here, Boggs. We did catch you squirming out of there.
Is that Dobby?
Doing his signature little chicken dance. Sorry to interrupt this program, but we
Oh,
did
that's
catch
amazing.
Boggs in the act of going to get his package late at night. Boggs, I hate to put you on the spot, but explain the walk here. A little bit of spreading the legs in there at the end, doing your signature
Unfortunately,
chicken dance.
I can't say anything until I have my lawyer with me. So
But yeah, other than that, I think it was a fire list to go back to the list.
yeah.
Happy with everything. Other than that, Boggs, do you have anything else you want to add or anything like that?
No, I think Dandere characters are amazing, and I think both you and me are big slice of life slash kind of
Rom-com,
romance
yeah.
enthusiasts. So there's always room for these kind of characters in those shows. So yeah, gotta love them.
Absolutely. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment what you thought about our list. Other than that, stay safe and peace out.
See ya.